Welcome back to our color picker sample code. So we're going to be looking at how to make this just a little bit better and adding a few little key things. So one thing that's kind of not interesting but different sometimes is this key variable. That key variable, sometimes some keys work how you think they'd work and some don't. So the best way to determine right now is actually in your draw function, you're going to type in print and then key. And what this will do is in the console, so I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. So in our console, anytime I hit a key, now I have to be clicking the button. So I click B, yeah, you can see, hey, look, it's saying the key is still B. Now when I click space though, you see, hey, there's nothing there. So that's an interesting one. You've got period. Note though that a capital B is actually different than a lowercase b. So one thing, what if a person actually did hit a capital here? Well, we have to use something called an OR function. Sorry, it's Boolean logic. It's OR. It's these straight up and down lines. Now they're kind of hard to find. On mine, it's right above the enter key, and it's for me it's shift and it's the key above enter. And so we're gonna put two of those. And this is an OR statement saying like, well, maybe you're doing this, or the key is actually a capital B. So then in that case, now it'll actually work for either or. So when I go to hit play and I hit Shift B, it does actually work. Now we should probably do this for all of them. This would be pretty frustrating to a user if it only worked sometimes, and who knows, you hit cap locks. Maybe you don't want it to always work. So here I'll do the same thing for key. So now it kind of matches, and our very last one for our red. So again, that OR symbol, and then key. And again, double equals, and this time we are going to do a capital. All right, so let's just double check that those all work. Capital R, perfect. Small r still works, and then capital G. Okay, good. So we made this a little bit better, but we're still not done. And again, you can see in the console every key that I'm clicking, which is kind of nice. Um, let's put some text in here. Let's make some text change at the same time. So I'm going to hit print. Sorry, no, I'm going to fill this text. I want it to be white to start. Okay, so we got some white text. This is mostly just because the background starts off black. And so let's put some text. So we got to make sure. Now this is a little different as well. I haven't shown this to you yet. So we're going to type in this and again, this is different. You need a space here. Well, let's not do a space. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to use a variable. Now I want this string to be attached to a variable and color. Okay, so there's my color, and then plus, we're going to put a period. So this is kind of weird. Going to look weird. I'm going to just put a tiny little string there, just saying, hey, that's my color. Now I need the location. So 50 is my height, and done. So let's make sure that works. Perfect. Now what you'll see, a couple things showed up here. This function, we don't have code for it. This color has not been initialized yet. So let's do color. And let's say to start, sorry, I didn't say let color equal. Now I think I want it to be um, black to start. So we'll say this color is currently black. There we go. So now when I type this in, it says this is black. So meaning the background is black. Now that kind of looks weird. So this background, let's type in background. Background is black. There we go. This background is black. What's kind of weird though is there's no space between is and black. So you actually have to do that in that string. So looking right here, there's no space between the apostrophe and the S. And so therefore we need to add a space. And this just looks weird, so I'm going to add an extra space. This one doesn't actually do anything. Okay, so now we type it in, and hey, there we go. That looks perfect. Now it would be nice to actually change this color variable every time we hit a key. So we go back to key pressed, and let's look at this if B is pressed. We know that means it should look blue. So then what I want the color to change to is for it to say, well, it's blue. And that's it. Color is equal to blue. So now if I hit B, you should see the word actually changes to blue. However, if I hit G or if I hit R, well, no, it's still saying blue. So we need to change that for each one. So in the next one, I'll say, okay, color is equal to, this is green, so we'll type in green. Oops, gotta put an apostrophe there. There we go, done. And then finally, our last one, color is equal to, now this is our red one, so we're gonna do red. Awesome, done. Now, let's make sure it works. So if I hit blue, it does say blue. If I hit red, hey, it says red. And if I hit green, it says green. Ooh, that's a bright green though. And that's it for Color Picker. Now there is also a video that I've suggested. Crash Course is awesome. Some of it gets a little bit advanced, but there's some pretty cool stuff on there. So I'll post that as well. Have a good week.